Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to show you some awesome camera features of the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. And while I'm at it, I'll also give you some tips and tricks for the camera. And by the way guys, this wallpaper is from an app called Hidey Hole. These guys have an awesome collection of wallpapers that are tailored specifically for the Samsung Galaxy S10 series. So make sure you download this app from the Play Store. Also, if you like my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. All the links are down in the video description. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and begin the video. So let me start off by showing you a feature that is currently new and exclusive to the Samsung S10 series smartphones. So let's launch camera, and you see this camera mode selector down here. You want to change this to Instagram. So Instagram mode is new to the Samsung S10. Now what Instagram mode does is that it allows you to upload pictures and videos directly to your Instagram stories. Now you guys may ask, what's the point of this? Because Instagram does allow you to upload stories and pictures directly from the Instagram app. Well, the thing is, the Instagram app does not make use of the 3 cameras on the back of the phone. So you cannot use the ultra wide angle camera, which is here. You cannot use the 2x telephoto camera, which is over here. You can only use a single camera, which is the middle camera over here. So yeah, that's the thing. And when you zoom in the Instagram app, by doing this, it just crops the image from the main camera sensor. So you're actually not using the telephoto lens, and you are not utilizing the camera of the S10 to the full potential. So if you go back into the camera, and here's Instagram mode, here you can actually use the ultra wide angle camera to get those sweet ultra wide shots, and then you can also use the 2x telephoto camera. So there's no loss of quality, there's no cropping going on here. It's actually using the 2x optical zoom camera. And then this is your ultra wide angle camera. And the way you use this mode is exactly the same like you would do on Instagram. So you just tap on the shutter button to take a picture, and that's it. It takes you to Instagram and it will ask you to upload it to your stories. And you can also type and draw on the picture. So let's go back. And if you want to record videos, just press and hold the camera shutter button and it will record videos. And yes, you can record more than like 30 seconds, no problem. And once I release it, it will take me to Instagram and it will ask me to upload the videos to Instagram. And here are my small 2 video clips. So to sum up, there are 3 main advantages of using the Instagram mode in the camera app. Number 1, you will be able to use all 3 cameras of your S10 Plus. And that is good because it will allow you to use the ultra wide angle camera, and it will also allow you to use the 2x telephoto camera. And secondly, the processing quality of the inbuilt camera app is much better than what you would get on Instagram. And the third advantage is that you get HDR, which the Instagram app does not have. So yeah, better picture quality with the Instagram mode. Make sure you use this. And yes, you can also use Instagram mode with the front facing camera. Do you guys see this blue rotating orb over here? This is the scene optimizer toggle button. So you can turn scene optimizer off and on by tapping this button over here. And I do recommend that you keep scene optimizer on, because what scene optimizer does is that it recognizes a particular scene and sets the camera settings accordingly. And here you can see the scene optimizer in action. It's able to recognize that I'm clicking a close-up shot of flowers. And if I pan my camera, you see that the scene optimizer is able to recognize that I'm shooting pictures of trees. So here's something I want you guys to enable in the scene optimizer settings on your S10 Plus. So go to settings, tap on scene optimizer and turn on document scan. Now once you use this feature, the scene optimizer will detect that you're taking a picture of a document, and it will take a picture of the document without any distortions. So I had to move the camera back a little bit because the scan to document feature does require a little bit of distance between the document and the phone. Alright, so I've got a magazine over here, and we want to scan this particular part. So I'll just point the phone at the document, launch the camera, and we will wait for the scene optimizer to detect that this is a document, and then just tap scan. And there you have it guys. It takes a picture, and this picture is not distorted or anything. I can zoom in and the text is crystal clear. The Galaxy S10 Plus has a triple camera setup on its back. Over here we have the 16 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and on the middle we have the main camera, which is 12 megapixel, And finally, onto the left, we have the 2x telephoto camera, which is also 12 megapixels. Now, all three cameras are capable of recording videos in 4K and even in 1080p, but only the middle camera, which is the main camera, is capable of recording videos in 60 fps. And guys, this little detail is important because, hold on a sec, I'll show you why. So let's unlock the phone, launch the camera, and here in video, you see when you're recording a video, you can actually switch between these cameras. So when a video recording is going on, you can actually switch between the normal camera, ultra wide angle camera, and the telephoto camera. Now here's the fun part. Let's go to settings and tap on rear video size and change it to 60 fps. So ultra high definition 60 fps. And now if I record the video, you guys will not see that toggle switch over here. Only the main camera is being used. And this is why I told you guys only the main camera is capable of recording videos in 60 fps. So if you select the 60 fps option, you won't get the toggle to switch between the cameras. So even if I record in full high definition 60, you see in the video mode, we do not get the option of switching between the cameras. And I think this tip was quite important because in case you have the 60 fps option selected, you won't be able to switch between the cameras. So now I'll select the regular 30 fps option and I will be able to switch between the cameras. Now here's a feature that is new to the Samsung S10. We have something called Super Steady. So first off, you'll have to be in the video recording mode, and then you see this little hand icon. Turn this on and the phone will turn on a feature called Super Steady for super steady videos, and as the name suggests. Now one limitation of this is that the video will be recorded in full high definition, so no 4K on this. But trust me guys, it's totally worth turning on Super Steady because in addition to your regular video stabilization, the phone kind of adds shake control to the videos, and videos kind of do turn out very stable. Take a look at this. So guys, this was Super Steady mode on the Samsung S10 Plus, and I also found out that the Super Steady mode uses the ultra wide angle camera instead of the main or the telephoto camera. So this is why whenever you turn on Super Steady, you get a slightly wider angle, and that is actually good because the wider the angle, the better. Now speaking of ultra wide angle, if you do plan to click pictures with the ultra wide angle lens, make sure that you turn this setting on. So let's go to settings and tap on save options. Make sure ultra wide shape correction is turned on. This was turned off by default. Make sure you turn this on, and this will automatically correct the distortion in the pictures which are taken with the ultra wide angle lens. Now a lens that has such an ultra wide angle will definitely have some sort of distortion, so that's why make sure to keep that feature turned on. The main camera of the S10 Plus has something called dual aperture. That means the size of the aperture can change physically between f1.5 and f2.4. Now this happens automatically based on the light available in a particular scene. f1.5 being the larger aperture allows more light into the camera than the narrow f2.4. But the wider f1.5 aperture also gives a slightly more pronounced background blur than the narrow f2.4. And you can see that from these two images. The one on the right has been shot with the wide f1.5 aperture, and you can clearly see the background is slightly more blurred with the wider aperture. And these are completely unedited pictures. I haven't added any artificial background blur to them. This happens automatically when you are using a wider aperture. Now the thing is, when the camera mode is set to auto, the phone will control the camera's aperture automatically. If you want to take control over the camera's aperture, you might want to change the scene mode or the camera mode to Pro. Then tap on this aperture thingy here, this one, and here the phone will allow you to change the camera's aperture. So you can just toggle the aperture by pressing this button over here. So f1.5 and f2.4. And this Pro mode is awesome because it gives you a lot more control over your phone's camera. My favorite is this manual focus thing, because sometimes the phone will not be able to focus on a particular object, so I can just adjust the focus manually. And by the way, this green line, this green thingy you see, that is your peaking color. So the phone is trying to tell you that that this part is in focus right now, and you can see as I shift, that green part will also shift. So you can see it right now, this part is in focus at this point, and if I bring it close, this part gets into focus. So very useful feature on the S10. Then we have white balance control, exposure control, then you have the shutter speed. We have a minimum shutter speed of 10. So yeah, Pro mode gives you a much better control on your phone's camera. Just like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Note 9, the Samsung S10 Plus also has super slow motion video. Now what super slow motion video does is that it takes a video for about 0.4 seconds at 960 fps, and then it stretches the video out to like 30 fps, and that gives you about 16 seconds of normal video, but the phone has actually captured 0.4 seconds of video. Now timing is crucial for super slow motion videos, because number one, if you don't time your shots well, you're gonna miss it, and number two, the phone only records the super slow motion videos for 0.4 seconds. Now here's a tip: if you're recording super slow motion videos and if you're having difficulties in timing your shots well, have the phone time your shots for you. Now if you press this icon over here, it will enable motion detection mode. Now you can resize this box if you want, you can move it around, and now whenever the phone senses movement in this box, it will then capture a super slow motion video. And this is very useful because you don't have to time the shot yourself. And a second tip here is, if your phone is having difficulties in focusing on a particular object, just tap on a particular object and the phone will focus on that particular object for you. When you turn on the camera for the first time on your Samsung Galaxy S10 phone, you will see black bars on the bottom and on the top of the screen. This is because the aspect ratio is set to 16:9, which is the default aspect ratio. Now when you view pictures in 16:9 on your phone, again you will get black bars on the left and the right of your phone. Now if you want to click pictures and record videos that cover the entire screen of your phone, you might want to change this from 16:9 to full. And as you can see, now the picture covers the entire part of your screen, and this does look better because you get a more immersive full screen experience. And when you click pictures in this aspect ratio, when you view them in the gallery, you see they kind of appear full screen. Now if you want to view the picture which has been shot in full view mode on your PC or on your TV, it will look somewhat like this. You'll see that there are black borders on the top and the bottom of the screen, but when you view it on your phone, it looks full screen. That is because the aspect ratio of your phone screen, the S10 Plus screen, and the TV and your computer is slightly different. So now let me bring up the picture which has been shot in 16:9, and here you go guys. On the computer and on the TV, 16:9 will look like this, and on the S10 Plus, 16:9 looks like this with black borders on the left and right. So yeah, when you're clicking pictures, do make sure you keep this thing in mind. If you wanna view photos in full screen on your PC and your TV, make sure you click them in 16:9 instead of that full mode. But if you wanna show off your pictures on your phone, make sure to click pictures in full view mode so that they make use of the entire screen. Now here's a feature that you should absolutely turn on your Samsung Galaxy S10. So go to settings and turn on shot suggestions. Now this will give you an on-screen guide and help you align your phone for the best shot. And just for a quick demonstration, and you guys can see it, the phone kind of suggests where you would get the best shot by analyzing the image that is coming from the camera. So look at this guys, the phone is suggesting that I should pan my phone over here for the best shot. And I agree because there's a lot of junk over here. So the phone is kind of suggesting to cut that out and click a better photo by selecting this angle. Cool, right? There is an awesome burst mode available on the S10 Plus which takes 100 pictures in quick succession. Very useful for sporting events. Now let me show you how to enable that. First, go to settings and then tap on hold shutter button 2. Here you have a few options. Take a picture, take burst shots and create GIF. Select this option to take burst shots. And now when you press and hold the camera shutter button, the phone will take 100 shots in quick succession, which is very useful for sporting events so that you don't miss that perfect moment. Now once you're done recording burst images, you might want to go to gallery and select a particular picture that you might want to upload to social media, or you might want to send it to your friend. So as you can see, this icon shows you that this is a burst image. So just tap on it and you can see how many pictures are there in this particular burst shot. So this one has 100 and this one has 50, and tap on select pictures, and now the phone will allow you to select a particular picture from your burst shot. So let's say I want to save this particular picture and then I want to save this particular picture. So I'll just select these by tapping the picture. You can see the check mark over there, and then I'll press the save button and it'll ask you to delete the unselected pictures. If you want, you can delete the unselected pictures and then tap on save. So those two burst shots have been saved and they are right over here. Now you can also configure the camera shutter button to record a GIF or a GIF image rather than clicking those burst shots. So let's go back to settings and then press on hold shutter button 2 and select create GIF. And now when you press and hold the camera shutter button, the phone will record GIF images, and I think it goes up to like 30. So let's wait and see. Yep, that's it. So let's go to gallery and check out our GIF or GIF that we just created. So this is the one, and if you would like, you can set this as your always on display wallpaper. So press on these three dots and set as always on display wallpaper, and you can then resize this and press on done. And now when I put the phone to sleep, you guys will see that GIF that we just created. I hope you guys can see because the lights are quite bright. So yeah, the possibilities are endless with this little feature. Here's a feature that you might want to enable. So go to settings and turn on tracking autofocus. Now what tracking autofocus does is that it keeps the camera focused on a selected subject even if they move or even if your phone moves. So let me demonstrate this. So right now we are in video mode. It also works in photo, but it's kind of more useful in video. And by the way, once you turn on tracking focus, video stabilization will turn off. Optical image stabilization will be available, but the digital video stabilization will turn off. So do keep that in mind. Alright, so if I tap on an object, for example, let's say I will tap on Groot's face. And now, even if I move my phone, you can see the phone is tracking Groot's face and keeping it in focus. And this is very useful to keep subjects in focus even if they move. So as you can see, the phone is tracking Groot's face, and even if I move the cup or even if I move the phone, the face will always be in focus. Also, you want to keep one thing in mind, that tracking focus does not work when the video size is set to 4K. So if I set it to UHD, you can see tracking autofocus becomes disabled. Now even if tracking autofocus is disabled, you can lock focus onto a certain object. So let's start recording a video. Now if I tap on a particular object, you can see this AF lock icon here. That means the focus of the phone has been locked onto this. Now even if I move this, you can see the focus will not readjust. That's because the focus is locked at this particular position. So this is very useful if the focus of your phone keeps on changing constantly, and if the phone's confused, just tap on a particular object to lock the focus in place. And yes, this works in 4K videos. Now if I tap on that cup which is sitting at the back, you can see the focus and the exposure has been locked over there. and it will not readjust even if I move the phone on over here to this cup, which is right here in the front. So this is autofocus lock, and if you want to disengage the autofocus lock, just tap on this icon and it will turn off. So a very useful feature in case the autofocus keeps on readjusting on the phone. Now guys, when you are in photo mode, you can tap on a particular object to get the object into focus. But as you can see, it kind of gets out of focus once again because the phone is trying to focus on this area. Now you might want to use something called autofocus and exposure lock. Just tap and hold the object you want to focus on the screen and you'll see this AF and AE lock. This is autofocus and auto exposure lock, and you can change the photo's exposure from over here. Very useful, right? And the best part is, even if I move my phone around, you can see the autofocus will not readjust because it's locked at that particular location. And this is very useful for complex scenes where the phone's autofocus and auto exposure system gets confused. And if to disengage it, I just tap it once and it goes away. But if you go to Pro mode, we have auto exposure and the autofocus lock separate from each other. So if I long press over here, you'll see these two circles will separate. So in fact, I can have the auto exposure lock set to a bright area over here, and I can set the autofocus lock onto that cup which I have sitting at the back. So the exposure is set to this bright object and the autofocus lock is set to that object which is sitting back over there. And I can bring the autofocus lock over here, and now this object will be in focus, and I can change the auto exposure to that black object at the back. Very useful for clicking pictures in a complex lighting situation. Do you guys know you can run the camera on top of other apps on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So first off, what you want to do is launch the camera and then go to your recents and then tap on this camera button and select open in pop-up view. And now you can see camera app runs in a little pop-up view like this. And what you want to do is just minimize the app and it goes into this minimize state, but the camera app is still running. And now you can go ahead and do whatever you want. For example, I'm texting someone, so now I feel the urge to click a picture, and I can just resume the camera right away, click a picture, and I can even record a video. And but I cannot go back to texting obviously, because as soon as I tap out of the camera window, the video recording will stop. But as you can see, I can just quickly record a video and then minimize the app and go back texting. And I don't exactly have to minimize the WhatsApp application then go back to my camera, and it's just easier this way. And I can also do this while I'm watching a YouTube video. So I can just resume the camera, take some pictures, meanwhile the video is still playing in the background. And this is an awesome feature on Samsung smartphones. And if you want to close the app, just press this cross button and the app will go away. So how do you click a picture when you're holding the phone with your left hand and your thumb is out of the reach of the camera shutter button? Well, you can take the camera shutter button out and place it on the left side of your screen, and now you will be able to take pictures. And this is called floating camera shutter button. You can just take the camera shutter button out whenever you want and place it wherever you want on the screen, and this gives you a lot of convenience to click pictures. Alternatively, you can tell the phone to click pictures. Shoot, cheese, capture, or when you're in the video mode, you can tell the phone to record video. And as you can see, the phone starts recording a video. You don't have to press any camera shutter button, and if you're holding the phone at a weird angle, the phone will record a video or click a picture at your voice command. So this feature, which allows you to take pictures with your voice, is called voice control. And the way you enable it is by going to settings, then go down here to the part which says shooting methods and turn on voice control. And once again, this will allow you to take pictures by saying phrases like smile, cheese, capture, or shoot. Then you can also record videos by saying record video. Now you can see floating shutter button is disabled right now, but even when it's disabled, you can just take the shutter button out and start clicking pictures, so you don't have to go to settings or enable that. So if you go back to the shooting methods menu here, you'll see another option here which says show palm. Show your palm to the camera to take a selfie. Now this is useful for taking selfies because If you have your other hands busy and if you're holding the phone like this, you can just show your palm to the phone's camera to take a selfie. Let me demonstrate. So let's fire up the front facing camera. So all I have to do is show the camera my palm, and after about 2-second delay it will take a selfie. So let's try this again. Show the palm, wait for 2 seconds, and it takes a selfie. So a very useful option, because if you're taking group selfies, your other hand might be busy and you might not be able to reach the camera shutter button. You can just show your palm to take a picture. Do you guys know the Samsung S10 Plus has dual front facing cameras? The second camera on here is an 8 megapixel camera and the main camera is a 10 megapixel camera. Now the second camera is not accessible to the user, so you cannot use the second camera. The second camera is only used for depth sensing purposes when you use a feature called live focus. And live focus blurs the background. So let's talk a bit about the live focus first. You have a couple of effects here. So this is blur, spin, zoom, and color point. And really the best part is that you can click a picture and then later on change the background effect, and this gives you a lot of flexibility. And I can just change the background effect if I don't like a particular effect on the same selfie, no problems at all. Now when you fire up the front facing camera, it'll be on photo mode, and you see this actually just crops the image. So it's not actually using the secondary camera, it just crops the image from the main camera sensor. Now I don't know why Samsung has set this to this zoomed in thing. I kind of prefer having a more wider angle when it comes to the front facing camera. And with the front facing camera you also get some beauty effects. Now you can see there are some halos, white halos over here. That's because there's an overhead light, strong overhead light. So if I cover this, those white halo effects go away. So nothing to worry about. And you have some beauty effects, so you can actually make your face a little bit slim if you're into that sort of a thing. Then you also have some built-in filters, and I think you can download more filters from Galaxy Store. So here we are, there are some filters that are available to download on your Samsung Galaxy. I really don't use many filters, so that's why I haven't downloaded any of them. Not exactly a selfie buff. So once you download them, let's tap on filters and you can see there's a new filter on here. You also have some stickers on your phone, something very similar to B612. So tap on this AR emoji thing right over here. Now AR emoji, I'm gonna skip AR emoji totally because I'm not a huge fan of AR emoji, but here you can see there's a sticker button. Tap on that. Okay, let's turn AR emoji off. What the heck? How do you turn this off? I had to freaking restart the camera app in order to get rid of that princess. Anyway, tap on the sticker button here, and here you can see there are some pre-installed stickers on your phone. And this is something very similar to B612, and you can download more of them. So you get the point, right? So these are some pre-installed stickers. You can look like a freaking rabbit or a doggy. Yeah, I know some people who would love to use this, and you can download more of these from the Galaxy Store. So just tap on this shopping icon. So these are all the top stickers, but if you want to see more, tap on this Galaxy Store button and it will take you to the Galaxy Store apps, and you can check out the free downloadable content over here and download them if you would like. And once they download and install, you'll see these stickers in the camera app over here. So this is the one that we just downloaded. So these are the stickers, but it also downloads AR emojis. So this is the one that we downloaded. So yeah, all of this content is downloadable from the Galaxy Store. Awesome, right? For improving contrast and colors in video recording, we have a feature here called HDR10. So go to settings and tap on advanced recording options, and here we have HDR10 plus video. Now if you turn this feature on, your phone will record videos in HDR10 plus. and videos that are recorded in HDR10 Plus have better contrast and better color. But listen to me very carefully, because in case you don't have an HDR10 Plus display at your home, like HDR10 Plus monitor, keep this feature turned off, because to view HDR10 Plus videos properly, you need a device that supports HDR10 Plus. Now let me practically demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Now take a look at this, guys. This is the exact same video which has been recorded on the S10 Plus in HDR10 Plus mode. It's playing back on the Mac and it's playing back on the phone. Now as you can see, the colors on the Mac are completely washed out and it looks pale in comparison to the video that's playing on the Samsung phone. This is not because of the difference in screen, it's because of the HDR10 Plus. The Mac does not have an HDR10 Plus display, that's why the video looks completely washed out. And this is exactly how the video will look if you play it back on a device which does not support HDR10 Plus standard. So you see, this is why I recommend that you keep HDR10 Plus turned off on your phone while recording videos, unless you have an HDR10 Plus certified TV or an HDR10 Plus certified monitor on your computer. Now if you want to share those HDR10 Plus videos on social media, there's a built-in HDR10 to SDR converter in the gallery. So go to settings and scroll down here and make sure you enable convert HDR10 Plus videos when sharing. And now whenever you share a video which is recorded in HDR10 Plus, so I think this video has also been recorded in HDR10 Plus, press on the share button and wait for the phone to do the conversion. And now as you can see, I can go ahead and share the video wherever I want, and it has been converted into standard dynamic range. But then again, it's not perfect. The colors are still sort of oversaturated and they're not accurate. So this is why I recommend that you record videos in normal mode in the camera, not in HDR10 Plus, in case you want to share videos on social media and watch them on your non-HDR10 Plus TV or a monitor. So when you take pictures on your Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, you don't exactly get to review those pictures once you've taken them. You'll need to go to gallery and then you'll be able to review them. Now let's go to settings and enable an option called quick review. So scroll all the way down and turn this option on. Now when you take pictures, the phone will put the picture that you've just clicked on the screen so that you can review it, and once you're satisfied, you can go back, and in case you're not satisfied with your shot, you can delete the picture from right over here, and then you can go back and click the picture once again. Now when you click selfies on your S10 Plus, by default the phone will flip the photo and then save it to the gallery. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Take a look at the camera, it's over here, but when I click the picture and review it in the gallery, the camera has shifted onto the right side of the screen from the left. So this is because the picture has been flipped. Now if you want to save picture as they are on the viewfinder, go to settings and tap on save options. Turn this option on which says pictures as previewed, save selfies as they appear in the preview without flipping them. Now once you turn this option on and click a selfie, they will be saved as they appear on the screen of your phone. And as you can see, the picture has been saved without flipping, and this is flipped, and this is without flipping the picture. So yeah, I kind of like this because I don't really want my pictures to be flipped. I want them to be saved as they are appearing on the camera's viewfinder. Every time you exit the camera app, the camera modes kind of get reset. So for example, I'm here in the Instagram mode, and if I exit the app and restart it, you can see it kind of goes back into this photo mode, and kind of annoying because again I have to scroll back here and go back to the Instagram mode. Now there's a feature on here that will prevent the camera modes from getting reset back to photo, and the camera will remember the last camera mode you put it on. So let's go to settings, scroll down here to the part which says camera modes, and turn this option on which says keep using last mode, and let's go back here. So for example, let's go back to Instagram. So I'm here in Instagram mode, and if I exit the camera app, okay, so let's exit all the apps, and if I launch the camera app back again, you can see it remembers the last scene mode. Now this is quite useful because it will prevent you from the additional steps of going from photo mode back into your favorite camera mode. So yeah, awesome little feature that will remember the last used camera mode. Now since we're on the topic of camera modes, you guys might not use all of these camera modes, and you might want to hide some of these just to clear up this clutter over here in the camera mode selector. So tap on the gear icon, scroll down here to the part which says camera modes, and tap on edit modes. Here you can turn some of these off. For example, I don't use hyperlapse, I can turn this off. I also don't use super slow-mo, so I can turn this off. Regular slow motion is fine. Then I'm not going to be using the food option here. Panorama, Pro is fine, live focus, and Instagram. And you can actually shift some of these. So for example, I want Instagram to be right over here besides photo, because I do use Instagram a lot and post a lot of stories. So yeah, and let's go back here. Now you see Instagram is right besides the photo option. So we have photo, video, and Instagram. And also those additional camera modes that I don't use are now hidden. So less clutter on this camera mode selector. Now here's a fun little tip. You can actually change the camera settings without launching the camera. So just long press the camera icon and press on app info. Then tap on this gear icon, and this will directly take you to the camera settings. So you can just turn scene optimizer on and off, and you can change a whole bunch of settings. So you can change a whole bunch of settings right from over here without actually launching the camera. And yes, this is the exact same menu if you open up the camera and if you press the gear icon here, and this is the exact same menu that you would get by long pressing the camera icon, going to app info, and then pressing the gear icon. Kind of useful if you're trying to save some battery, because every time you launch the camera, I feel that the camera does pull a lot of battery power. So you can change some camera settings without actually launching the camera. I'm going to show you how to remap this Bixby button right over here to launch whichever app you want. So for example, right now I remapped it to launch the camera app. So if I press it once, it launches the camera application, and I can just press the volume up or down button to click pictures. You see how convenient this is? And by the way, if you want to take pictures using the volume buttons, press on this gear icon in the camera app. Then here in the camera settings, you need to scroll down here to the part which says shooting methods. Tap over here, then tap here which says press volume key to and select take picture or record video. So now the volume up and the down button acts as a dedicated camera shutter button. So now let me show you how to remap the Bixby button to launch the camera app or whichever app you want. So the first thing you want to do is go to settings, so drop down the notification panel, tap on this gear icon, then scroll down here to the part which says advanced features. Tap over here and then tap on Bixby key. So if this part is disabled, that means you need to set up Bixby. So first off, go ahead and set Bixby up, and then come back over here. You'll see this part will be enabled. So by default, the Bixby key setting is single press to open Bixby. That means if you press the Bixby button once, it will open Bixby. So let's go back. So here what you want to do is select the second option which says double press to open Bixby, and then tap over here, use single press, and then select the application which you want to launch. Press on this gear icon and then select whichever app you want from this list. For example, if I select Instagram, if I press the Bixby button, you see it launches the Instagram application. So let's go back here. So you guys get the idea. So you can select your favorite app from over here, and yes, you can also select the music player if you want, but I'm okay with the camera because it's quite convenient.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys are now familiar with the camera of your Galaxy S10 Plus. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below, and I will be more than happy to answer you guys. So guys, thank you for watching, and do stay tuned for more videos on the Samsung S10 Plus.